The Pol family has captured millions of hearts with the incredible Dr. Pol, showing the daily life of a rural veterinary clinic. But behind the cameras, they've faced challenges most fans never knew. One event, in particular, left a lasting mark on Charles Pol and his family, revealing a side of their story rarely seen. Born on March 6, 1979 in central Michigan, Charles was adopted by Jan and Diane Pol. In their home, family was defined by love and commitment, not biology. He grew up secure, wanted, and fully accepted, but in a household unlike any other. Animals were everywhere. The family veterinary clinic wasn't just work, it was life. From early on, Charles helped with emergencies, surgeries, and farm visits. He learned responsibility, adaptability, and calm under pressure, values he absorbed by watching his father's tireless dedication. Though he respected his father's work, Charles had a natural flair for storytelling and entertainment. He loved making people laugh, acting out farm stories, and connecting with an audience. Despite expectations to follow the veterinary path, he pursued what genuinely inspired him, supported by his parents. After high school, Charles studied communications at the University of Miami, sharpening his skills in storytelling and media. Then he moved to Los Angeles, where he started at the bottom, interning, assisting, observing, learning the ins and outs of production. Working with industry legends like Sidney Pollack and Edward James Olmos, he absorbed lessons in discipline, teamwork, and turning ideas into stories. These experiences laid the foundation for his future in television, bringing him full circle to his family's world, but through a new lens. In Hollywood, Charles Pol learned quickly that delays cost money and mistakes disrupted schedules. He mastered narrative pacing, tension, and audience engagement, while handling tight production timelines and high-pressure problem-solving. By the end of his internships, he felt confident behind the camera and ready to tell his most personal story. Looking back at his own upbringing, Charles realized that rural veterinary life was already a natural story. Farmers relied on quick decisions, families trusted the clinic with beloved pets, and emergencies unfolded unpredictably. This wasn't scripted drama. It was real life, filled with urgency, emotion, and human. He also recognized his father, Jan Pol, had an undeniable screen presence. Confident, direct, and tireless, Jan didn't need to change for television. He just needed to be captured authentically. Charles pitched the concept to National Geographic Wild. Executives hesitated. Rural veterinary work wasn't typical entertainment, but Charles's industry experience and conviction convinced them authenticity would resonate. In 2011, The Incredible Dr. Pol premiered. Audiences connected immediately with the honest portrayal of farm life, the father-son dynamic, and the real stakes of veterinary work. Ratings grew steadily, and Charles balanced executive producing with on-screen involvement, maintaining the show's genuine heart. Amid professional success, Charles was building his personal life. In 2018, he married longtime friend Beth Oakes, whose connection with the family went back years. Their bond, rooted in trust and shared memories, grew stronger with marriage. In 2019, their daughter Abigail was born, followed by a son in 2021. Fatherhood brought profound responsibility, requiring balance between family and the demands of a hit television show. In September 2019, tragedy struck when Charles's nephew, Adam James Butch, passed away unexpectedly at 23. The loss was devastating, arriving as Charles balanced career milestones and early parenthood. The Pol family grieved privately, supporting one another away from the public eye. Charles carried the dual burden of mourning while remaining visible on The Incredible Dr. Pol. He became an emotional anchor for his sister, parents, wife, and children, demonstrating a deep sense of duty and the central role of family in his life. Returning to filming was a new challenge. Television schedules don't pause for tragedy, and Charles had to step back into the spotlight almost immediately. On set, he compartmentalized his grief, balancing personal sorrow with professional responsibilities. Rather than being overwhelmed, he channeled his emotions into purpose, subtly infusing episodes with messages of resilience, hope, and care. Production routines provided stability, giving him structure amid uncertainty. Through his work, Charles found grounding, maintaining a connection with audiences while navigating the pressures of mental health and public expectation. Fans expected composure and energy, even during the hardest moments, and Charles quietly modeled how grief and responsibility can coexist. Being part of a famous family also brought public scrutiny. While the show celebrated rural veterinary life, some critics questioned certain procedures, and online debates could become intense. As executive producer, Charles managed criticism professionally, ensuring the series remained accurate, responsible, and true to the family's values. Balancing authenticity with public expectations became an ongoing responsibility for Charles Pol. Life in the public eye brought scrutiny, rumors, and social media speculation. Some commentary was harmless, but other remarks crossed boundaries. Protecting his family's privacy became a priority, requiring constant judgment about what to share on screen and what to keep private. Even as the incredible Dr. Pol thrived, the family continued to navigate personal grief. The sudden loss of Charles's nephew, Adam James Butch, weighed heavily on them. Charles found himself balancing the demands of producing a hit show with supporting his grieving family. Fatherhood added another layer. Caring for his young children, Abigail and their son, brought comfort, but also responsibility. Through these challenges, Charles redefined strength. It was no longer about perfection, but about presence, showing up for his family, maintaining stability, and balancing grief with professional and personal responsibilities. His quiet courage. Behind the cameras, Charles relies on humor and perspective, tools honed from growing up on a busy farm. Laughter helped him navigate unpredictable days, and it continues to connect him with people both on and off screen. His marriage to Beth Oakes provides grounding, and parenting gives him purpose, continuity, and hope after personal loss. While audiences see his energy, dedication, and warmth on screen, they rarely witness the private challenges he carries. Charles manages grief, worry, and responsibility alongside professional success, finding balance between the public persona and private life. His story reflects the interplay of joy and sorrow, laughter and tears, public recognition and private struggles. From farm life to building a television hit to navigating tragedy, Charles has faced every challenge with humor, dedication, and love for his family. His journey reminds us that true strength often comes from staying present for the people who matter most. If you found Charles's story inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more stories of remarkable lives behind the spotlight.